Join me for a look at the 2016 Rogue One line, which has got some really cool and unusual figures.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mando number 5.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel, Mando number 5, and I'm Keith Guppy. So welcome to another episode number 26 of my figure focus line, where I look at all the modern Star Wars 3 3/4 inch lines that have been released since 1995. And we're nearly there. We've only got probably 3 or 4 or 5 more episodes to go until we complete it. And then I'll be revealing the grand total of all the lines from 1995 and what you'd have to spend to get the whole collection. So that'll be a few more weeks. But for now, let's move on. We're looking at Rogue One this week from 2016. Now, the Rogue One line was not a massively popular line. There were 23 figures in all. And the card stock was very similar to The Force Awakens. But the line does have some unusual and quite popular figures. Now, the line was basically quite a thick cardstock again. It had a Death Trooper. They all had a Death Trooper emblem in the back, in the background. This is actually the Death Trooper. So the line, there was 23 figures. The cardstock's pretty solid. Nothing amazing about the line of the cards, apart from I do like the Death Trooper sort of logo in the corner. So yeah, so there's a mixture. You had figures from Rogue One, you had figures from The Force Awakens, you had figures from the Rebels cartoon series, and then you had figures that were just legacy, like the Darth Vader legacy figures. So the values ranged from sort of £4, £3 or £4, to some of them are sort of £30 or £40 because some of them are quite sought after. As usual, we'll be looking at the top 5 figures, the most expensive figures, all the ships, the multi-packs, and stay tuned to the end because I'll let you know how much you'd have to spend to get this whole line and how much I need to spend to complete it. As always, if you're enjoying the video, please hit the like button, please subscribe if you want to see more, and keep putting in those comments. Okay, let's look at the most expensive top 5 figures of the line. But before we do that, I want to just honourable mention this one here. This is Kanan Jarrus. Now, this is a pretty unique figure. I think this is the only version of him in a Stormtrooper outfit. And those of you who have now got the Ghost, you might want to pick this up because it's a pretty cool and unique figure. Probably pick him up for £15, £20. So not bad at all. So just an honourable mention before we get to the top 5. So, at number 5, we have got Galen Erso, and you'll notice all these top 5 are completely unique figures to the line, and you can't get them anywhere, hence why they're quite in demand. So, this one here, Galen Erso, you probably have to spend about £30, £28 to get him at the moment. So, again, pretty unique if you want to get that figure. And, yes, number 4, Grand Admiral Thrawn, from the Rebels cartoon or animated series. Again, only just come out recently, or coming out in the TVC line, so pretty unique figure again. The only thing of this one, this is the only variant that I know of. You can see here, and I'll show a picture, he's got a variant that's got the red and blue emblem on his chest plate. And this one here is the version, it's got the blue, yellow, and red mixture. And I'll put a picture up. So that is one of the only variants. That figure there would probably cost you about £35. And I think both variants are about the same in terms of rarity. But if anyone out there knows better than that, let me know if there's a more rare one than the other. I've only got one of them. I haven't got the other variant. So, and then we've got at number 3, we have got the great figure, Admiral Raddus. This is an absolutely cool figure. I really like this. An Admiral Akbar, Mon Calamarian type figure who obviously was in Rogue One, was killed at the end in the Star Cruiser, the Profundity, sorry, get my teeth in again, Keith. Yeah, but really, really cool figure, very popular. That one there would cost you about £35. if you want to get him now. So very unique to the line. It's that one. Then quite unusual one actually. This is one of the Rebel sort of commandos, Lieutenant Cephala. Got very limited screen time in the film, but very unique. They could have done a few more of these actually, but only produced one, and he's very, very sought after. I've got him graded somewhere, but I can't find him right now. But a pretty cool figure, and that one there would cost you about £40 if you want to get him now. 35 to £40, so quite expensive for a line that we all think is not very popular. And then the most expensive figure is really unusual again. Yes, a Mandalorian that was in the Clone Wars series, and the Rebels. I think he was in both. Fenn Rau, yeah, Mandalorian. So Mandalorian in a sort of animated cartoon style, pretty cool, very, very popular. The only way to get him, obviously. So really nice. He's got a jetpack on him and stuff like that. Really cool figure. Yeah, so the most expensive figure you can get this line, and that probably costs you about, don't know, 45, maybe even £50 if you want to get him these days. So pretty cool. Got a jetpack on the back there, but really cool. So yeah, quite surprising how expensive some of these figures are. Now, the multi-packs, what I'll show you in a minute, have got some unique figures as well, but they just don't seem to reach the value. But it's quite interesting to see how exclusive some of those are. So there were 8 double packs, all versus scenarios, as they called them. VS, they had all VS on the sides. So it was like a little twin pack. These are sort of the 2 or 3 of my favourite ones, really. Some of them have got some very exclusive figures in there that you can't get singly card or anywhere else. This is the one with the Scarf Squad Leader, which I think is pretty exclusive again. And then you've got the Moroff, which unfortunately didn't get much screen time, but it's a very big figure with a huge sort of jetpack launcher on him. You can get him in another multi-pack, which I'll show you in a minute, but still pretty smart and pretty cool figures. And then you've got another double pack with the Shore Trooper Captain rather than the Squad Leader, which has got different livery on him. You can see the differences. Just bring it a little bit closer if I can. So definitely different figures. So really cool. If you're collecting your Scarif group or battalion or whatever you want to call it, then you need these 2. And also this has got Bistan inside. Now Bistan is very exclusive. Rebel, you can only get him in this double pack. So pretty cool double packs. Then you've got one from the animated series, which is still pretty cool. You've got Seventh Sister Inquisitor, and then Darth Maul, which is really cool, from the Clone Wars or the Rebels line. But pretty cool double pack there as well. And then you've got some multi-packs. First one is the Edo 3 pack. You've got Jyn Erso, you've got Captain Cassian Andor and K2SO, and this is a Walmart exclusive, so pretty difficult to get hold of this one, and that one probably costs you, probably one of the more expensive ones, probably cost you about £30 for that multi-pack, because it's quite difficult to get hold of, being an exclusive. So there's that one. And then you've got the Jedha Revolt pack, which is pretty cool. Now this one has got some very exclusive figures. It's got 2 tubes, as they call it. You've got what's his name again? Saw Gerrera. Sorry, went for my mind a minute. Very exclusive figure. You don't get him anywhere else. You've got another hover tank pilot. Again, I think it's exclusive to this pack. And then Jyn Erso, I think that's just probably a repack, but pretty cool pack actually. And that one you can get for a reasonable price, considering you've got 3 completely exclusive figures inside. You can get that for about £25-35, so pretty cool really, for seeing what it is. And then finally you've got the biggest multi-pack they did. Yeah, so there you go. You've got the big bear type creature. You've got Imperial Stormtroopers. You've got the Death Trooper. Now, Death Trooper is quite interesting. So, the Death Trooper on this version has got like a muddied, dirty front, if you can see there. Sorry about the glare, everybody. Which is completely exclusive. If you look at the normal one from this line, it's completely clean. You See a difference? It's got all muddy on the front, so that's pretty damn exclusive as well. I love this pack. You've got the big backpack, you've got the Death Trooper with a missile launcher, you've got the big pack there, you've got Moroth with a big backpack there. So pretty cool pack. Again, not that expensive considering what's inside it. Probably about 25-30 pounds. So pretty cool multi-packs. And I love the Rogue One. You've got the AT-ACTs at the top, so that's pretty cool as well. So pretty smart. And then with the line you had several smaller, I think they call class 1 vehicles, such as this one, the Assault Walker. They all came in with pack-ins with figures, which most of them again were exclusives. But most of these small packs you can get for sort of £15-20 on the market at the moment. But that one, yeah, that's been produced a few times actually, the Walker, but pretty cool. And then you had things like the Imperial Speeder with ATDP pilot, which is pretty cool. I think again that's been produced before, that figure, but pretty cool. Well, you also had Ezra Bridger's Speeder. You had I think a Republic First Order Snow Speeder as well. I'll put up some pictures of that for you. So yeah, there's a few of those. Most of those £15-20. You can probably pick them up. And then I just want to show you, they did 3 small vehicles, and I never realised how small these were until I got these the other day. They did an X-Wing, a Sky Striker, a TIE Striker, and a Millennium Falcon of this sort of scale. Now, I wouldn't normally collect them, but they are kind of listed as ships. They're very small, but they're quite rare actually. To get the Millennium Falcon is very difficult. Probably have to pay about £40 for that. This one's probably about £25-30, and so is the TIE Fighter, but very hard to get. I think they're mostly produced just in the States, so quite difficult to get. And then you've got probably one of the highlights for me is Hera Syndulla's A-Wing, which is pretty damn cool. Just change the camera a little bit for you. There you go. Yeah, I mean, now we've got the Ghost. This would look great next to the Ghost. They did stupidly use the old Nerf gun in the bottom of the A-Wing, which I don't really like. I think it's a bit tacky. It ruins it a little bit. But there you go. I mean, to get that now, the A-Wing, you'd have to probably spend about £40. So it's quite popular, this ship. And I imagine so now with the Ghost come out. It's got pretty cool livery on it. But probably quite a basic ship with the Nerf bullets underneath. But yeah, pretty cool. And until recently, that would have been a very sought after figure. Obviously now it's out with the TVC collection. So there it is. That's the A-Wing. Then you had 2 versions of the TIE Striker, which was obviously prominent in Rogue One. You had this version, and you also had a Toys R Us version, which is reversed. I'll pop a picture of that in. But these are pretty cheap. You can probably get these for about 15-20 quid. Pretty cheap. Again, Nerf gun on the front. They use this on a lot of the vehicles of this line, which is a little bit of a shame. But there you go. That's the TIE Striker. And as I said, there were 2 versions to that. I think both about the same price. They're not really more dear than each other, really, I don't think. So that was that. And then you had a really nice ship, actually, which I think they could have probably upscaled this a little bit, is the Rebel U-Wing. Now, unfortunately, the scale of this is quite small. This could hold sort of 20 troops, so it could have been a lot bigger than it is. But pretty still cool. Again, got the Nerf bullet gun in there, but you can the AT-ACTs in the background. You get a exclusive Captain Cassian Andor figure with it. Quite a big ship actually, but could have been a lot bigger. Quite basic ship, and to get that you probably have to spend, don't know, about £30 or £40 maybe for that one, for the U-Wing. But pretty cool. I think exclusive. I don't think they did a U-Wing in any of the lines, but that would make a great scale up vehicle. If it was true to scale, it'd probably be 3 times as bigger. So they missed an opportunity there. But yeah, so and we finally move on to the big beast of the line, which is the Armoured Transport, which I'll get out now. And here we have it, the highlight of the line, the Rapid Fire Imperial AT-ACT. A huge piece, very unique because it's actually controlled by an app on your phone, so you can actually make it walk, which makes it very, very unique. It's kind of a play set as well, and I'll spin it around and show you. Pop some pictures up.
Hi, I'm Steve Evans, Design Director for Star Wars.
And hi, I'm Mark Boudreau, Senior Principal Designer for Star Wars.
We got a huge new toy.
Yep.
Well, you've all seen the trailer for the new Rogue One movie, and I'm sure you're as excited as Mark and I were about seeing a certain old friend up on the screen, the AT-AT. It looks slightly different from the one I remember.
Actually, it's a variant of the AT-AT. It's called the AT-ACT.
Of course.
And the C is for cargo. The cargo box itself can open. It allows area for figure transport. The cargo box can actually be removed as well, placed on the ground, and now you have a bunker with a zip line.
Very cool.
We can light up the
That
chin
classic
cannon.
sound.
That's not all. It holds 4 Nerf darts.
It's an AT-AT walker, right?
Yes, it is.
I've been
Yeah.
dreaming of a walking AT-AT since I was 8 years old.
Absolutely. Because it is a character, we wanted to have the head moving back and forth when it walked.
Cool. And that kind of lumbering, searching,
It's a hunter.
menacing. Yes. You also get 3 exclusive figures. Jyn Erso, an Imperial astromech droid, and you get this incredibly cool AT-ACT driver. That's not all. We've actually introduced smart device control to the AT-ACT.
Oh, wow, high tech.
There we have it. Hasbro's first walking AT-ACT. Hugely proud to work on it with
Yes.
you. You're absolutely going to love it. You're going to love it.
I've also got one loose graded. Yeah, I know, what am I doing? And that'll feature in another video if you look up my craziest graded pieces. But yeah, so it's a pretty cool piece, a huge piece. Got an exclusive C2B5 droid, which is really cool. Jyn Erso, which I think is probably just a common one. And then you got an Imperial AT-ACT driver, which is the exclusive again. So some pretty cool exclusive figures in this pack. It is pretty big, as you can see, and I'll just turn it around, and there you go on the back. So you've got, it walks, and you can do it off your app on your phone, and it scrolls out, so you've got the little play set and everything on here. So it's pretty cool. Let me just move the camera a bit closer to that. So you can see it does do quite a lot of bits and pieces. It's got a play set, a grappling line. Unfortunately, again, Nerf guns from the front, but you can fire those remote controlled. Remote control, at least that's pretty cool. I bought this because I thought these didn't sell very well, but I think in the future they'll be worth quite a bit of money because they'll be quite unique and looked after. And it's the only time, obviously, they ever did it. It's got some lights on the guns on the front. 40 centimeters high, so it's a pretty big beast. So pretty cool, and I love the packaging. Again, you've got the TIE fighters at the top with an AT-ACT and the Death Trooper. Yeah, so pretty cool vehicle. I've got some real cool exclusive figures and well worth getting in my opinion. So anyway, let's have a look at what this line would cost you if you went out and bought it now, including this, which I think would probably cost you about 150 quid. So the time has come, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a look at and see how much you'd have to spend to get the whole Rogue One line from 2016. So, as I said, there were 23 basic figures, and they ranged in value from about £4 to Fenru, who was about £45. So quite a lot of money, actually, for a line that wasn't that popular. So, all in all, you'd have to spend about £310 to get all 23 figures, and that comes to a value of £13.48 each. As I always do, I do go for eBay, meticulously looking at all the prices, the sale prices, the prices where they haven't sold but they're for sale. So these numbers are pretty accurate as of now. So that's the basic figures. Now moving on to the multi-packs. There were in total 11 multi-packs. There were the bigger 4-packs and the 3-pack, and then there were the little 2-packs or the versus 2-packs. And they came to, if you want to get those, you'd have to spend about £150, which comes to £13.64 each for those. Then finally we move on to the vehicles, and obviously the rapid fire Imperial AT-ACT. That one back there is obviously the star of the show. Valued at about, anywhere £120 plus. And then you've also got the smaller, those 3 horrible small sort of miniature ships as well. But overall, there were 12 vehicles you can get. And if you need to get all of those, you'd have to spend about £379, which gives you a grand total of £31.58. So what does that give you in total? It gives you a grand total of £839 to get the whole lot. And I'm just missing the Millennium Falcon and the TIE Striker of those horrible small packs, the vehicles. So I'd have to spend about £70. So there you have it. Well under £1,000 for that whole line. And there are some little gems in there if you want some unusual figures that have only been produced in this line, especially some of the multi-packs where they've got some very unique figures, as I mentioned earlier on. So there you have it. That's the end of episode 26. Stay tuned and I'll see you back soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mando number 5.